I recently had to experience something that scarred me for life. But what I did after was even crazier. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. My name's Rachel Carter, 41, Chicago project manager who never missed a mortgage payment or a chance to trust the wrong man. The night I rolled my suitcase onto our porch, rain dripping off the brim of my felt hat, my husband Mark slammed a brand new deadbolt and hissed, "Keys won't help you now." Then he slid divorce papers under the door like junk mail and cranked up laughter with a realtor already measuring our living room. I stared at his lipstick-red signature puddling in the rain and felt my heartbeat switch from hurt to jet fuel fury. I spun on my heel, rainwater squelching in my flats, and marched 3 blocks to my best friend Chantel's condo. She wrapped me in a blanket, shoved cocoa in my hands, and murmured, "Girl, we're not just getting your house back. We're crowning your comeback." Her confidence glowed hot enough to dry my hair. Remember the smell of Grandma May's cinnamon rolls cooling on her Indiana windowsill? The sweet, warm nostalgia hit me then, a reminder that family can feed you or burn you depending on the recipe. Dawn cracked gray. Instead of hiding in bed, I planted myself in the steel and glass office of legendary real estate attorney Harriet Sloan. My mascara was yesterday's, but my resolve felt freshly forged. Harriet skimmed Mark's filing. "He claims you abandoned the home while you were on the trip he booked? Cute," she scoffed. Her eyes sharpened. "Let's remind him whose inheritance bought that bungalow." That afternoon, my phone buzzed. Credit cards frozen, joint savings vacuum empty. Mark moved like a digital pickpocket. If you've ever watched your financial life evaporate one ping at a time, you know the metallic taste that floods your mouth. Chantel handed me her spare laptop and a pep talk. Use the system he worships. 2 days later, a process server found me folding laundry in Chantel's den. Mark had scheduled an open house in 30 days, before the divorce even finalized. The ticking clock pounded behind my temples. Harriet devised a surgical strike, prove the lot was purchased with Grandma May's inheritance, my separate property, then expose Mark's forged title transfer. Easier said than done. The original deed was misplaced deep in Cook County archives. Chantel and I hunted dusty shelves, bribed a sleepy clerk with donuts, and finally unearthed May's blue ink deed stating, "Rachel Carter, sole owner." My fingers shook holding that document. It felt like Grandma squeezing my shoulder from beyond. Mark, sensing the seismic shift, fired back at my reputation. Group texts to mutual friends about my mental spiral. His smear campaign stung worse than the financial gut punch. One night, I locked myself in Chantel's bathroom and cried so hard I left crescent nail marks in my palms. Vulnerability dipped low, but not long. By sunrise, I was back in Harriet's office signing a quitclaim that transferred the house into the Phoenix Nest Trust, a nonprofit shell poised to house women rebuilding after divorce. One penstroke transformed Mark's real estate trophy into a sanctuary he couldn't profit from. When I stepped onto the sidewalk, Lake Michigan wind felt like victory confetti. A scent drifted past, a stranger's hamburger grilling from a street cart, and for a flash I was 9 again at the county fair, ketchup-slick fingers clutching a prize ribbon May said I'd earned by biting back fear. That memory steadied me. Mark arranged an engagement soiree for himself and Emma, the very realtor, on my patio. Twinkle lights, jazz trio, guests lining up selfies. Harriet, 2 deputies, and I arrived just before sunset. When the deputy taped the new deed to the French doors, the crowd gasped. Mark's face drained snow pale. Emma's wineglass crashed, red puddle blooming at her stilettos. Harriet's velvet-sharp voice cut the silence. "Sir, the property now belongs to Phoenix Nest Trust. You're trespassing." Guests filed out, whispering. Camera phones flashed like paparazzi lightning. That single scene toppled 2 of Mark's pillars overnight. His brokerage fired him for attempted fraud. Emma dumped him to salvage her license. Photogs caught him lugging duffels to a budget motel. Headline, Fallen Agent Evicted from Own Listing. My phone lit up with friends' astonishment. Relief fizzed, not gloating, just balance restored. We still needed legal closure. Inside a beige courthouse mediation room, Mark tried to flash charm. I slid a folder across, copies of his forged documents already with the DA. He opened it, hands trembling. "You don't have to do this," he muttered. I kept my tone cool. "You changed the locks. I changed the deed." Some weeks later, volunteers and I repainted the front door sunrise yellow. Kids from the first resident family pressed painted handprints beside mine. Watching those bright prints dry, I felt a sunrise break inside me. "Never let a sweet mouth steal your backbone, honey," Grandma's voice echoed, warm as cinnamon rolls. Chantel raised a sparkling cider toast. "To Phoenix women who rise." I inhaled the paint and cider mix, a fragrance of brand new beginnings. My house now shimmered with purpose bigger than any marriage. Lock me out and I'll unlock bigger doors. I believe stories like this find us for a reason. If this one touched you, please subscribe. I share a new one every day, and tomorrow's might be the one your heart's been waiting for.